Oh, thank you. Third canto, 30th chapter, and first verse. Third canto. Oh, okay. Third canto, 30th chapter, first verse. Yeah. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadhantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Namaom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Yitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashyatya Desatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vandavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupha Sindhubhya Evacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Giram Yatkripa Tamaham Vandeham Sri Gurum Dinatharanam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so today we'll discuss on the verse, third canto, 30th chapter, first verse. 30th chapter. 30. 3.30.1. Able to get it? Okay. Kapila Uvacha Tasyaitasya jano nunam Nayam vedoru vikramam Kalyamano pibhalino Vayor iva ghanavalihi Kapila uvacha Tasyaitasya jano nunam Nayam vedoru vikramam Kalyamano pibhalino Vayor iva ghanavali Kapila uvacha Tasyaitasya jano nunam Nayam vedoru vikramam Kalyamano pibhalino Vayor iva ghanavalihi. Any one of you want to recite? Kapila uvacha Tasyaitasyo jano nunam Nayam vedoru vikramam Kalyamano pibhalino Vayor iva ghanavalihi. One more time. Kapila uvacha Tasyaitasya jano nunam Nayam vedoru vikramam Kalyamano pibhalino Vayor iva ghanavalihi. Thank you. All right. Translation. Kapila uvacha. Lord Kapila said, Tasya etasya, of this very time factor, jana, person, nunam, certainly, na, not, I am, this, Veda, knows, Uru Vikramam, the great strength, Kalyamana, being carried off, Api, although, Bhalina, powerful, Vayo, of the wind, Eva, like, Ghana, of clouds, Avali, mass. Translation. Prabhupada. The personality of Godhead said, as a mass of clouds does not know the powerful influence of the wind, a person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor by which he is being carried. Purport. The great politician Pandita named Chanakya said that even one moment of time cannot be returned even if one is prepared to pay millions of dollars. One cannot calculate the amount of loss there is in wasting valuable time, either materially or spiritually. One should be very alert in utilizing the time which he has at his disposal. A conditioned soul lives in a particular body for a fixed measurement of time, and it is recommended in the scriptures that within that small measurement of time, one has to finish Krishna consciousness and thus gain release from the influence of the time factor. But unfortunately, those who are not in Krishna consciousness are carried away by the strong power of time without their knowledge, as clouds are carried by the wind. Wow. So, okay, I'm not qualified to speak on this one, but I'll try to speak. Forgive me for any mistakes. You're all senior devotees here. So this something. No, it's not working, bro. Connector. Yeah. So just to give the context, right? So this is from the third canto, so where Lord Kapila is teaching his mother Devahuti the Sankhya philosophy. So this is not the impersonalist Sankhya philosophy, the other Kapila, but this is the Kapila, the Lord himself, is Vishnu avatar, where it's not a little closer. Okay. So where Kapila is teaching Devahuti, Mother Devahuti, in the previous chapters he kind of already described what is the nature of the soul, what are the qualities of a devotee, and how he can get out of this material world, right? But in this chapter, he kind of starts with a warning, in the sense, not in a pessimistic way, but more like to realize from how you live in a material world, how dangerous it is to live in a material world, not from an inside view, but from an outside perspective in an eternal way, right? So this specific verse, basically he compares, like when you see outside, I think today is perfect, right? Whether you see a lot of clouds, it compares with a mass of clouds. That means we also feel, right, as a soul in our own body, right? We feel very weight, very important. But like, that's how the Kapila gives an analogy, like a mass of clouds. If you look at them, they're not stationary, they are moving away, they're getting drifted. They don't even know where they are going, the destination, right? But they are kind of taken away by the wind. The wind is actually taking them wherever, it's just blowing, but the clouds are just moving without any destination. So it's like that. So similarly, a person who has material consciousness, who is completely involved as a conditioned soul, right? Because the term condition is very important. Right? So we are conditioned for a lot of, probably from millions of lives. So who is conditioned in this material world does not know where he is, what is his destination, what he is doing. It's completely carried away by the time, that is Kala. Right? In Bhagavad Gita, we have so many references about time. So that specific analogy, what Lord Kapila is giving here. So there are three things, right, to know about time factor. So like in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, Kala Kalayatam Aham. So time I am. Right, he describes, I'm the time. And also in 11th chapter Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was looking at the universal form, he gets trembled. He's not feared of all other things that he was seeing, getting killed or anything, but he looks at the time form and he gets trembled. Who are you? Who are you? Says, time I am in this form that I'm trying to kill all of you, the battlefield, the soldiers that were arranged, right? So that is one thing. So Kala, the time factor, is Krishna himself, is an agent of Lord. And then Maya, right? So Maya is like, the blindness to the time factor. So that means we kind of, in this material world, think everything that we see, which is temporary, it is not permanent, but we think it is permanent. So that is the Maya, right? Anything that we forgetful of Krishna is Maya. And the other thing is, in Bhagavad Gita we have so many references, right? So what is that not transcends time? What is that sloka? We have it. So 240, right? Neha Vikrama nasosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam api asya dharmasya thrayato mahato bayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So anything that we do in Krishna consciousness, it's not bound by time. So any activity, whatever you offer, whatever you chant, whatever you do service, that is not bound by time. So that is one important aspect of the time. So I mean, just to take this metaphor, whatever Kapila Muni has given us, right, to further into modern ways to think, right? So when we take an airplane, when you board on the airplane, it goes into 35,000 feet. It's you, who is actually driving the plane at that point, right? So anybody can guess. In 35,000 feet, who is driving the airplane? Is the pilot, or is the autopilot, or is the wind? Right? Obviously, when you go in the cruise, the pilot simply puts in the autopilot, and he simply sits over there. But it is not just one person driving the plane. Obviously, the wind, right? Wind continuously blown, but it does not know, it doesn't care about where you're going, what you're going. It keeps blowing. But the autopilot, the system knows, okay, how to change the altitude, which direction it has to go, right? So it kind of sits, but it also doesn't know, why I'm going to that particular direction, or why I'm, flying in this altitude. The pilot is perfectly knows everything. He's kind of fully trained. But he might be watching a movie, or he might be thinking about, okay, what should I eat later, right? He may not be, he should be aware, he can be aware, but he's doing something, okay, the autopilot is doing it, I don't have to do it. So, similarly, like how Kapila says, the wind is, taking the cloud, but the cloud does not know it is being moved. But it is not like, it's not hopeless, right? So that means we are in this material world. It's all driven by, there is another sloka, right? Prakrite kriyavanani gunai karmani sarvashah ahankara vimodatma kartaham iti manyate. So that means everything that is being done is done by the material modes of nature, right? But the foolish soul thinks that I am the doer. So now that kind of gives us okay, if everything is controlled by the Lord, there is nothing I can do, right? Let it driven. Can it be, can we go in that direction also? Like, in a bit pessimistic way. But like in the example of airplane, there is also always a control tower, right? From the land, there is always giving you that signals, frequency, hey, we are here, right? So it's giving you that frequency, like, any help you need, are you good or not? The control tower always checks. Similarly, right, Krishna always gives us chances, like, when life, anything can happen anytime, right? Just like, somebody can get ill, because when you're young, you think like, you're invincible. Like, when you're successful, your job is good, everything is good. When you feel like, okay, I can be independent. I don't need anyone, right? I can do my own thing. But reality checks in. Reality comes in, like when you became ill, you're helpless. Just for my own example, right? Like, I think when I was going through this whole medical episode, pain was so excruciating. Like, I was chanting the names. I was like, Govinda, Putanari. Because I heard some names on the previous day, like, from Hari Prasad Prabhu's class, like, Putanari. I was remembering the definition. Putanari means one who himself has some difficulty, who was able to come out on himself by Putana, by killing Putana, right? But Krishna was in a baby. So I was, chanting that name loudly. So, and my kids, like, Yamuna, Kishore, they know that, like, whenever daddy gets sick, why he calls out names like this? Because this is not the first time they sing. Whenever I get, like, fever, and I get up, I was like, oh, Krishna, Narayana, Govinda. I kind of chant. So the other day I was like simply playing, I was just remembering, I was just saying the names. Oh, Narayana, Govinda. Daddy, did you get sick? Did you get stoned again? So they're very observant. So those are your reminders, right? Krishna is so merciful. Krishna tells you, like, you say, oh, you're not, invulnerable, you're vulnerable. So those kind of the reminders, when you take in that, like, hey, you're not independent, you're completely dependent on the shelter of Krishna. that kinds of gives you, like, opportunities come, and I think Krishna gives you reminders. In not only the disease or anything, it could be something job, you kind of change the job, or you kind of, your job is gone, something. So those are the reminders, Krishna gives you mercifully to, turn back to him. Because there are so many things, right? Like, we think about, nowadays AI is everywhere, right? So anything you want to do, it doesn't matter which, it's an industrial revolution. Even in industries, like how you manufacture cars, everything is AI, right? Not just the software side of it, right? So when you talk to the AI, like, it generates very confident, completely wrong answers, but it generates completely new content, which you don't realize, is it a validate or not, right? Because the other day I was playing with the AI, was like, and it gave me a perfectly in-line Gaudiya Vaishnava quote from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I was wondering, is it, so I just checking, is this a valid? Then it, oh, no, sorry, this is not, this is, I generated it, this is nowhere quoted. So that is like, like another hallucination. Similarly with us, right? When we ask somebody, hey, I am this body. Oh, dude, it's hallucination. No, you're not your body, you're a soul, right? You're a conditioned soul. Similarly, okay, this family is mine. That is another hallucination when you think, right? So we are also like that. But whatever we are trained on based on our previous lives, our data set, like how you do machine learning, sorry, I'm going too technical, but like, you have to be trained on the correct data, right? Then only, so whatever the knowledge, with the help of sadhu sangha, with the help of the devotees, whatever you're trained on, then you kind of realize, you're not, you kind of think who you are. Similarly, like, another, every day we see like a WhatsApp forwarded message, right? Okay, this message is forwarded 40 times. You don't know who forwarded that message. You don't validate it, but you simply forward to another person. But similarly, we carry our beliefs like that. We don't validate what are those beliefs, right? So those beliefs, if we need to validate, we go to the guru, we go to the scripture, right? So then only we know, okay, I'm not this body. This is not permanent. So similarly, like, I think if you take some voices from, like, Vedic voices, right, some examples, what has been told in scriptures. Yudhishthira Maharaj, like, what is his surprise, right? Every day, so many beings going to Yama's abode, like they're getting died, right? But we still remain think they live forever. That is the greatest wonder. I mean, it happens to us also, right? I mean, how many times, like, I went to hospital and I see a person being wheeled off a chair or on a bed, like, but then I realized I was also in the ER, they also wheeled me off in the, but we think, oh no, I'll not be in that position. But that is the greatest wonder, right? It's a practical example. Similarly, like, even Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Harinam Chintamani, he says, like, because if you take this example, you are being driven by the wind, the clouds are being driven, right? It doesn't know about it. Same example, like, why? Why are not realizing? Why a conditioned soul is not realizing that he's being traveling in this material world for so long? Because you can take it from another angle, is you're being very inattentive, right? Just like in our 10 offenses, right? It's also very offense to be inattentive while chanting. Mm-hmm. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, chanting neglectfully gives you some punya, but obviously it will never give you the love, the preeti. So the name should be chanted very attentively. Similarly, we have to be very attentive, while we are, in this material world. Just like another example, right? So if you look at YouTube, the shots, we look one shot, another video will come. It's how it is coming. It's everything is decided by the algorithm, right? So the algorithm exactly knows what is your intention, what is your weakness, what is the data that you try to watch. So your time is burned like 1 hour, 2 hour, right? So similarly, like that, it's like, you're not in control. And in one of the lectures, right? So Prabhupada says, I just wanted to read it. It's very, very relevant. So, kala to control. You cannot control time. Just like if you have got $100, if you deposit in the bank, you will get some interest. But you cannot make it $200 immediately without any endeavor, right? No, that is not possible. But if you don't spend it, then the $100 remains. Similarly, your duration of life is there, and it is being wasted by breathing. If you can control the breathing process, maybe your life can be increased. That is yogic. But after all, nobody can control it. We are not under full control of time. So kalena vate balinam baliyasya. Very, very strong. There is no power. Your so-called scientific power, you cannot struggle against the influence of time. So save time. So another process is, now he gives a solution, right? Another process is save time. If you chant Hare Krishna mantra, then the time is not lost, because the mantra is eternal. Time is not. Hare Krishna mantra, or read a book, or a Krishna book. Any moment, any time you spend for thinking of a Krishna, or a working for Krishna, chanting for Krishna, eating for Krishna, or a dancing for Krishna, that time is saved. That time is saved. Therefore, it is recommended by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalo nasti eva naseva, gatiranyada. Otherwise, by yoga practice, it is not. How many men can actually practice yoga? It is all farce. That is possible. Even a child can take part, Hare Krishna mantra. So that is the solution he gives, right? So any activity that you do, that is not time bound. So, and the other important aspect is also is like, hey, if you want to increase your life, you stop breathing during the yoga process, right? So because he says, even though it's like 100 years minimum in Kali Yuga, everybody dies early because due to the commits of sins, right? You're committing sins that kind of decreasing your life. So, but he also kind of warns in the beginning that does not mean that you chant Hare Krishna mantra for 24 hours, right? So he says that, that's why we have so many programs for neophytes, so many engagements that happens in the temples, so everybody gets engaged. So kind of sets it, he balances it out. So that is one message. And then we'll look at the few more devotees examples, right? So if you take example of Gajendra, he was trapped for thousands of years while battling the crocodile, right? His strength failed, but one cry, he gave up. Eventually thought like he can rely on his strength. He felt he's independent, he's very strong. But reality sets in. Then he cries for, surrender to Vishnu. He came, Then, due to that surrender, then Krishna came and Vishnu came and he helped him out, right? And then the other example is Prahalada. So it was basically time was weaponized against him, right? He was put into he was given poison, he was put into fire, and he was tried to roll by elephants, but it all failed. Kala never, because he was not. Prahalada is always remembering Krishna. So, and he also teaches use your earliest years of devotion for devotion, not when don't delay your devotional Krishna consciousness till your body is totally consumed by the time, right? Even for is an example, actually I started way early in my life Krishna consciousness when I was probably a 20-year-old. So at the time I started doing all this lot of fastings, right? Every Ekadasi, Nirjala, every festival, Janmashtami, Nirjala and all that. But over the years, now I have a reality set in. My body is like kidney stones. So the recent Narsimha Chaturdathi, I was little, okay, should I do it or not? But obviously if the body doesn't allow, I cannot do it. But that is what, right? So when your body is allowing it, do whatever service you can do whatever thing you can do. When your body, when you're getting aged or old, you cannot do everything when your body is young. So that is one thing to remember, right? So that's why Prahlad Maharaj, whatever devotion you have to do it early. So that way you will you'll have more time or more credit to do the devotion. And then similarly, Lord Narasimha, right? So Hiranyakashipu, he tried to outsmart him, right? So basically the boon, whatever he got, he said, I cannot be killed during the day or during the night, nor inside or nor outside, nor by a man or beast. But he was super smart, right? Narasimha, you cannot control time. He came in the twilight. So he killed him. Similarly, another example is Kulashekara. Right? So he was prepared his final moment to be the most devotional one. He always prayed that, now my mind is so, my body is young, I can focus. So let me, come to you now. So he was in that. So these are all the devotees who kind of went, against, who was able to transcend the time by surrendering. So surrendering Saranagati is the one aspect of it. So, I think by there is also one more sloka, right? So, he in Bhagavad Gita. So, given all these conditions, right, to be successful. In the material world, when we are obviously when you are having this conditioned life. Krishna gives you already, tells you already, the sutra, right? Adhishtanam tada karta, karanam cha pratak vidam, vividascha pratak chesta, daivam chaivatra panchamam. So what is that translation? There are 5 factors, right? 5 factors for you to be successful. What are those? The place of action, that is this body, and the performer, that is the soul on which you are trying to perform, and the various senses, and the many different kinds of endeavor, right? The endeavor that you're trying to, fulfill an action, and ultimately, Daivam, the super soul himself, right? He has to bless you to, to achieve any of the action. I'm sure, if he recently I was listening. I think I don't know. I was reading the wealth distribution in America, right? So 85% of the wealth is distributed, among the top 10% of the people, but remaining 15% of the wealth is completely. It's like a 90% of the people. It's like a bell curve, the distribution. It's so, but they added that, to be successful and wealthy, there is also a factor called a luck factor. But for us, like a devotees, as from the Shastra, we know that it is not luck, but is actually the karma and the divine blessing, right? You should have that. Yeah. Bhaktin Mukhi Sakriti. So he has given us, what is it that to be successful? What are those factors? But he's also told you, right? It's not completely pessimistic that, you're not completely because you cannot control time. There is no way that you cannot come back. He completely says in Bhakti, in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, right? Tesham satatam yuktanam bhajitam pritipurvakam dadhami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So he says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. So what is that intelligence, right? Our understanding. That intelligence is how he can come to me, right? I give them, if you are devoted. So so he gives you the solution as well, right? So basically, in reflection, so what are the things that we can, think when you think about this sloka, right? Like the clouds, right? Every day we think okay, what is that activity that I can do that cannot take the credit away, right? That is not time bound. Morning when we get up, we ask, okay, what is that activity that I can do it? So chant from the heart, even 5 minutes. And I think especially, I was listening to Dhruva Prabhu recently. He was celebrated for Narasimha Yajna, right? He was a devotee of Narasimha. He was saying so the question was so how long do you do this prayer every day to Narasimha? Is it very elaborate, how many hours you spend being a grahastha, you're married, you have kids? It's he was saying I was initially very proud. I was doing, long hours of prayers and yajnas to Narasimha. But then I met, very exalted devotees during my journey. They said, like, are you really very egoist? Are you doing wow? To whom you are doing this so long, powerful? I said, whatever you do, it should not do it for your own ego. You should do it why you are doing it, for your pleasure or for Krishna's pleasure, right? So that's why I spend very less time nowadays, like, very spend like 5 minutes or 10 minutes but with intense and devotion. So that kinds of helps me out. That's what he shared his realization, right? So that kind of, so again, chanting with quality is very important, and it should be very attentive, right? And again, the association as well. Be always near devotees. Even though you're not awake, at least they'll wake you up. Because it's all forgetful, right? We continue to forget. Only when difficulties come, we try to realize and think about it. But maybe after a few days, again, you're back to business. Same old thing. You're driven. You're an autopilot. So. So again, when adversity comes, you kind of think about Krishna, but do not adjust based on your material adjustments, whatever connections or friends or wealth, because they can never save you. You simply have to rely on Krishna. Yeah, I think that with that I land. I think we just have 3 minutes. Anybody wants to share anything?
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyone has any comments, question, realization?
I would really like to appreciate you did a lot of practical life example, and I'm not sure you sort of construct yourself as well, like you do.
Yeah.
I want to share very. Yesterday we were there some home program. Nilmani Prabhu was there, and some
But
biologist, scientist Mata was there, and she was so convinced from the body, that we are the body and plus mind, and this life itself is the complete life. I was hearing Prabhu was answering, and I was thinking that we are so fortunate that we have the Prabhupada as a GPS. Because ultimately, even when I was going from my home to Budlake, I was not aware about the path, right? I have to rely on GPS,
Yeah.
and then I'm just moving.
right.
I mean, if she is trying to, or anyone of us trying to find out the way on our own way, it's impossible.
Impossible.
You said that we need an authority, always we need an authority
Yeah.
to follow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
one day my mobile is not working, and to reach to my home, I have to do like this, and somehow trying to find out the way, because the GPS is not there. So maybe in one life she would be able to find out the way, but that way is going to this Acharya Parampara. There's no other way.
There is no other way.
So fortunate to have Prabhupada in a very literal, in a very what is the English word? The current life, which is applicable to the current life, right? Not something which is coming in.
Correct.
Prabhupada translate.
Translate. Yeah.
The way you translate right now, something like YouTube, very, autopilot.
Yeah.
Is something which we understand very closely, right?
Right. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Go ahead.
So you compare with like cloud and like wind. So wind we can compare with like a mind. So I was just thinking of that.
In this example, it says, Prabhupada says, wind is like Krishna, the time factor, right? He's compared with time. So you are in this material world, you're passing on your, life without any goal or without anything, but the time is destroying everything, right? You're born as a child, you're growing, you're getting old, disease, death, but the time is destroying everything. That's the time factor. Yeah. Anything you want?
One realization. I was with the Dekina Prabhu last week, and then we were just discussing, and he was telling me that what Prabhu you said, use your body, as Prahlad Maharaj, use your body for the service of the Lord. He said body is going to deteriorate.
Yeah.
No longer what you do, it will going to deteriorate. You have that set time. If you don't use it, you miss the opportunity.
Correct. Yeah.
So that is very profound statement. If we meditate and if we think about it, right, one way or other, body will gonna go. If
Yeah.
you're gonna push it or not,
Yeah.
it will gonna give us trouble. Whether Janma Mrityu Jara, where it's already there, and we cannot escape out of it. But what the best bargain we can have? Let's try to use it for the service of the Krishna. Right? That's the only point. Another good point which really touched me today was that how time will not gonna carry me away. The time which I spend with Krishna,
He's only
that is the only time. Otherwise, I'm carried away by the wind.
correct.
I'm the carried away by the wind. So these are the 2 points. Really, was very nice. Thank you very much for sharing your realization.
The way you mentioned, right? The early is the good.
Yeah.
Yes.
The early is the good. You
Yeah.
have a lot of
Exactly.
confidence and
exactly.
control and
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I think like he uses the from Chanakya, right? Example. He says, even one moment you lost, you can never recover it.
Right.
But at the same time, we have seen Prabhupada saying that, like, hey, to get liberated is, or to get Krishna, that love, even one moment is enough alone, right? So even it's not too late, but you kind of, yes, if you start early, you get benefit out of it, advantage is there, but it's never too late.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
And you give an example of control tower, right?
Right, control that.
We keep getting that knock.
Yeah.
We keep getting that knock. Now, this is in our personal experience, right? We keep getting knock, but if you're completely ignoring all the
Yeah, how you use it, right? If you ignore it,
knock
you
keep coming.
yeah.
That is keep coming, but if you are ignoring completely, then
Yeah.
very nice.
And also the consciously if you do the Krishna consciousness, right? So in Bhagavad Gita also it is written that the credit which you get by being Krishna conscious,
Yeah.
they go with your second body.
Correct. Yeah. Neha Bikram Nasosti. That sloka I said, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So in a way, whatever you are like, finance way, like you are creating a credit, right? So you are like that so much debt now of the what are the papa, right? Now you are creating a credit, right? So anyhow, if you cannot go to the finish line, you will have those credit to like start again.
Correct. Yeah.
If you don't do that, you are not like you are not student.
Exactly. Yeah. That is the, no, that's why Prabhupada says in that Neha Bikram Nasosti, right? So, what is the greatest danger that you can avoid? At least you can get a human life, right? You still have the credit and you'll have the opportunities.
So it is always better to like at least do some service to the temple.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna,
very much,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Wonderful
Thank you.
class. We really appreciate your efforts, Prabhu.
Yep. Thank
Please
you.
continue to give your association.
No, thank you. Same here. Hare Krishna.
With real life example.
The very realized class, huh, Prabhu?
Your own real life also.
gets stuck. Do you know how to fix this? I just stopped it. Let's see what happened. Okay, bro, you can. Where is the
And you just read the light from
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bando Muhi Savadhana Mate Savadhana Mate Bando Muhi Savadhana Mate प्रसादे भाई हे भवतोरिया जहर प्रसादे भाई हे भवतोरिया कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होते कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होते पद्मा वाक्य चित्ते कोरिया एक्या ना करी हमने आशा और ना करी हमने आशा चक्षुदान दिल जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान वेदे प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहर चरितो वेद गाय जहर चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु लोके नाथ लोकेर जीवना लोके नाथ लोकेर जीवना महाप्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया हे बेजा शिशु त्रिभुवना हे बेजा शिशु त्रिभुवना प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया हे बेजा शिशु त्रिभुवना शिल प्रभुपाद पतित पावन जय शिल प्रभुपाद लयलु चरण जय प्रभुपद 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 शिल प्रभुपद जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य दिसतारिणे देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य दिसतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर Shrivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gadadhar Shrivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki Jai, Shri Raj ji Gopal Nath ji ki Jai. Song क्यों बजा रहा है? No, no. One pressure song. 20 लो बस. One. High करें देखो. हाँ आपका तो बराबर